अखण्डमण्डलाकारं आचरं तत्पदं ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः जय मां we are reading Shri Anandamayi Maa's book Swakriya Svarasamrita volume 4. In our previous class we studied that what is the meaning of this book's name Swakriya Svarasamrita. It contains three words, out of which one word is a compound word, the second and third is a compound word, but in that compound word there are two words. And um, so actually there are three words, but it looks like there are two words. Swakriya, the first one, and Swarasa Samrita. Swarasa, Swarasa Amrita. Swarasa Amrita. So because this is a compound word, so the first pada, the first word which is swa will also go with Amrita. If we do the Vigraha Vakya of uh, Swarasa Samrita, then the Vigraha Vakya will be Swarasa Swa Amrita Cha. Swarasa Swa Amrita Cha. It is Swarasa and Swa Amrita also. This is the elaboration of the second word Swarasa Amrita. Swakriya Swarasa Amrita. So how it is Swakriya? Little bit of revision and then we will move on. So how it is Swakriya? Because all the actions emerges from that, and that is the only stationary substratum on which all the actions are being performed. All the action is taking place on that permanent substratum. So that is why it is Swakriya, where all the Kriya resides, all the action resides. In Brahma Sutra, the second sutra is Janmadhyasya Yataha, from where birth, sustenance, and dissolution happens. It can be looked with two connotations, from which birth, sustenance, and dissolution happens, and in which birth, sustenance, and dissolution happens. From which it happens and in which it happens means at any point of time, even after birth, it is not other than that Atman. From which the birth has happened. From father, the son has come up. Means, yes, from father, the son has come up. But after the birth, the father and the son are two different entities. If we see the cycle of birth, from the father, the sperm is transferred, the egg moves into zygote, and all those things happens, and the baby is kept in the mother's womb for 9 months. So after the separations, yes, the birth has happened from the father and mother, but after the separation has happened and the actual birth has happened, now the son is a very different entity from their parents. But when the birth of this, the entire Prakriti, the entire cosmos has happened, it is not something which is separate. So that is why from where the birth happens and in which the birth happens, very important point we should remember, from which the birth happens and in which, because it is still that only of even after birth there is no change which has happened. The birth which has happened is only a pratiti, it's an appearance. Taittiriya Upanishad says that tat srishtva tadevanu pravishat, having created he entered. Now there is a beautiful commentary on this by Adiguru Shankaracharya ji, and eventually in the end, at the end of this, the whole discussion, the whole analysis, in the end, Bhashyakar Adiguru Shankaracharya ji proves that it is just figurative to say that it entered, because if we translate this statement of the Upanishad, tad srishtva tadevanu pravishat, created which he entered. Now, this is only figurative because the creation is just an appearance. Birth is just an appearance on that reality. Because let's understand what reality is and what false is. Then we can understand this concept of birth is only an appearance or the creation is only an appearance. When we say the reality, it has to be always there. There can be reality which is now there and maybe it will not, or it was not there in the past. If this is the case, we can't say that that entity is is the reality. Please try to understand. That is why Vedanta is saying Kalatraye Pitishtati iti sat. What is existence? Which cannot be falsified in all the three periods of time and even beyond that. That is why it says Kalatraye api. The word api means even beyond time. Kalatraya is in the three periods of time: past, present, and future, waking, dream, and deep sleep. That which cannot be negated, that which cannot be falsified. Other than that, everything can be falsified, everything can be negated. But one thing which cannot be negated in all the three periods of time and even beyond that is existence. So, creation can be falsified at any point of time. In the Mandukya Karika, Gaudapadacharya says, Adavante chayan nasti, that which is not there before, Adi, Adavantau, Adi and Antau, that which is not there before, that which will not be there in the past. Sorry, that which was not there in the past, that which will not be there in the future, it is not there now also. It is just appearing. It is just an appearance. For example, the dream example. The dream was not there in the past. The dream was not there in the future. The dream is appearing now, which means the dream is not there now also. It is just an appearance. If I try to give analogy or something by which someone can grasp this. Say a boy has 100 rupees. Now the boy got 100 rupees and then he gave 50 rupees to his tuition teacher because his fees was not paid. So he gave 50 rupees. Out of that, he gave 50 rupees to his teacher because the fees was not paid. So what is remaining? Out of 100, he gave out 50, means 50 is remaining. 50 rupees is remaining. Out of that 50 rupees, 20 rupees, he bought a book. 50 rupees he gave to the tuition teacher, 20 rupees he bought a book. Remaining is 30 rupees. Out of that 30, he bought a chocolate for rupees 10. Remaining is 20. Out of that 20, he gave 10 to his brother. That today I have money, I should give, I should share so that tomorrow if I have money and my brother will be having money, so he will also share. So with this thought, he gave 10 rupees to his brother. So he gave 50 rupees to his tuition teacher, 20 rupees he bought a book, 10 rupees he bought a chocolate. Out of that 20, he bought, um, he gave 10 to his brother, and the remaining 10, and the remaining 10, he bought another chocolate. Now he has 0 rupees. So just think and let me know that how much he got. Was this 100 rupees was there before the existence of that 100 rupees? When he got 100 rupees, now he has 0, right? What he had in the past? He had, it just appeared to him that for the time moment I have 100 rupees. That 100 rupees that I have was an appearance. Please try to subtly think about this. The thought that I have this 100 rupees was just an appearance, was just a notion of your mind, of that boy's mind. He did not had 100 rupees. He actually didn't had 100 rupees. It was just a notion, and the whole spending was just was based on that notion itself, that I have 100 rupees, and now he has nothing. So that which was not there before, that which is not there now, or that which will not be there in the future, it is not there now also. Appearance. Adavantau chayan nasti. So swakriya means from that which exists, from that which comes up, and in which it happens, is swakriya, and the kriya is just an appearance. The reality is only the truth. Why? Because that reality cannot be negated or falsified in all the three periods of time and even beyond that. Swakriya. So that is why we can interpret the meaning, the first word of the book, Swakriya, as Sat, which which in English we call it existence, absolute. Now the word absolute is very important. Why the word absolute is important? Because whenever we say existence, Whenever we say existence in real life, in real world, then we think that something which is non-existence, with respect to that something is existence. But this existence is not that. It is not a relative term. When we say existence, it is not a relative term. That is what Adi Guru Shankaracharya ji tries to prove, tries to analyze in the commentary of Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma. When the Upanishad is saying Satyam means existence, it is not a relative term. Or when the Upanishad is saying knowledge, it is not relative or a knower. It is knowledge per se. It is knowledge per se. It is knowledge absolute. There is no knowing here. There is no knowing here. So that is why the absolute term is very, very, very important. And it goes with all the three: existence, knowledge, bliss, absolute. It absolute goes with each one of the three. So Swakriya is in which all the actions are performed and from which all the actions come up. It is not that after this world has created, once the world has created, the creation is a different entity. No, creation is still Purna. Creation is still that alone. And there is no cessation of nothing from that ultimate reality, even when the creation is there. So, this we need to comprehend. Then the book's name is Swarasa. The second word is Swarasa. This existence alone is Swarasa. When we say rasa, nectar, or um, joy, when we say joy, something can be joyous only if it is consciousness. A dead body cannot experience joy. Even plants experience joy because plants are conscious. A stone cannot experience joy, a dead body cannot experience joy because the consciousness aspect is not manifesting in these objects. So here Swarasa is means consciousness, Swakriya is existence, Sat, Swarasa is Chit, and Swa Amrita, it is joy absolute. Sorrow can only happen when there is two. The whole world of this ego, of this ahankar, is because there is a dichotomy. We are getting sad. Of what? No, I don't have that object. No, I don't have that person in my life. Because we are seeing the duality, because we are experiencing two, that is why sorrows are coming. Once we transcend this dichotomy, there is no sorrow, it is bliss alone. So Swa Amrita, it is nectar. So Swakriya, Swarasa, and Swa Amrita is existence, consciousness, bliss, absolute. It is his Leela alone. Moving forward, the very last portion of the introduction part, yogic kriyas and infinite ways of sadhana in Ma. This is the introduction, the headline, the tagline. The present volume deals with the various yogic kriyas and other aspects of sadhana, like asan, pranayam, mantra, and worship of various vigrahas, and reveals herself in those forms in her self emanated khyal and the declaration of her swarup as Purna Brahma Narayana. This play of Ma Sadhana was actually completed at the village of Bajitpur in Bangladesh. This volume consists of different Ma's kriyas, sadhanas, which happened by itself. By itself means effortlessly. Our sadhanas are with effort. We think, we set an alarm that we have to get up at 5. In the morning, we have to get up. When we get up, the weather is not good, the weather is cold. I don't want to take a bath. Then we tell our mind that no, no, it is very important for us to take a bath and go to worship, go to a temple, or do my sadhana, do my japa, etc. So throughout our sadhana, an effort is there. Effort is required because there is a harder pull towards the opposite. There is a harder pull towards tamas. There is a harder pull towards ignorance to worldly objects. So that is why we have to pull harder towards God, towards Bhagwan, towards Sattva, towards Atman. You say anything. But to get that change, a stronger pull is required. And why there is a very strong pull towards worldly objects, towards tamas? Because we have done that birth after birth. Repeatedly, we have done that. Something which my neighbor has done and I don't like it, the immediate reaction is anger. The immediate thing which arises from us is anger. We don't want to understand the situation, that why he has done that or in what circumstances he did that. No, the first thing is he don't know who am I, and this is my place, this is my space, and in front of my gate or my space, my neighbor has done this kind of a thing. So this is anger. Now, when we turn towards spirituality, then we think that why this anger is coming? Why the first response of anything is not sattvic? Because the mind, we have trained our mind like that only. This present is because of our past. Whatever we have done in our past, that is manifesting in the present. Whatever we will do now, that will be manifested in the future. So we have to be sattvic now without thinking what we have done in the past. The very fact that I am actually analyzing my anger is a green flag, is a very good decision that we have made, analyzing ourselves. So the point is that our sadhana is effort, is with effort. But Ma's sadhana was effortless. It is as if the nature is doing it. See, there is no effort in blossoming of a flower, blooming of a flower. It happens naturally. It takes its time, but it happens naturally. And taking of the time, the process is also natural. The same way, Ma's sadhanas were effortless. It was natural. It was in sync with Prakriti, with nature. Sahaj. There's a beautiful line in Shri Ramcharitmanasa. Bharatji says, Siya Rama Pad Sahaj Saneha. My love for Sri Ram and Sita Ma is effortless. No one has told me to love. I am not loving Sri Ram and Sita Maya because I want something. No, it is effortless. It is just coming out. I cannot control it and I don't want to control it. That is sahaj, that is effortless. So Ma's sadhana was effortless without any effort whatsoever. Her asana, her pranayam. In the first chapter only, we will see that how Ma Ma's body automatically, without any effort, while meditation, while she was in sadhana, her legs automatically became in Padmasana, in lotus posture. We will see it in the next class. So this book contains of Ma's yogic kriyas and sadhanas in Ma, which happened in Bangladesh. So with this, we will close. Before the next live, I have to give a background because we will enter into the text from the next live, from the next class. And in the text, there will be a few things which is beyond our comprehension. We don't see it in our day-to-day life. And sometimes when we don't see something, we don't tend to believe. So I have to give a little bit of background so that this clash between what Ma has written or what Ma has said and the conditioning of our mind, there is no clash between. We have to tune our mind, our intellect with Ma's words. So that is very important. Tuning up that what it is written, what is the content of the book is not something supernatural. It actually happened and it happened for the greater good. So I will give this context and then move into proper text. I close it this live now. Next, we will discuss and then we will move. With Shanti part, we will close this session. Thank you. ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ॐ जय मां